Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Thursday, 25th July 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. U.S. announced $60 million more to go towards humanitarian purposes in Haiti. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's a service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. The United States Ambassador to the United Nations announced $60 million in additional humanitarian assistance to Haiti during a trip on Monday to the troubled Caribbean country. More in this Africa news item.
The U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations traveled to Port-au-Prince on Monday to meet leaders of the new Haitian transitional government and the Kenyan police. The African personnel are the vanguard of the UN-backed force meant to help the Haitian police in its fight against gangs. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield announced $60 million in additional humanitarian assistance to the Caribbean nation. She said the U.S. aid package would fill gaps in nutrition, food security and shelter, improve water and sanitation services, and provide Haitians with cash to buy basic goods. Thomas-Greenfield also said her country would provide additional mine-resistant vehicles. Gangs are now estimated to control up to 80% of the capital and surrounding areas. According to UN agencies, the violence has displaced 580,000 people, more than half of whom are children, and resulted in 4 million people facing food insecurity. The Kenyan police will train the Haitian National Police for joint security operations, an official said.
Barbados' central bank governor, Dr. Kevin Greenidge, is warning of the risks climate change, strategic competition and deglobalization pose to Barbados and other Caribbean countries. He says the destructive Hurricane Beryl and recently implementing global maximum tax rates are examples of those issues which have adversely impacted such economies. Dr. Greenidge highlighted the challenges while addressing the central bank's 44th annual review seminar held under the theme Applying an Innovative Lens to Reshape Caribbean Economies. Dr. Greenidge says the seminar and others like it are critical in providing a forum for ideas that could result in policy solutions to some of the challenges.
And I believe that this theme sets the stage for a seminar that is sure to generate new ideas to help not only Barbados but the entire Caribbean reposition ourselves in this area of many challenges and opportunities, but many challenges: climate change, deglobalization, and strategic competition. And those are just some of the large risks that small open economies of the Caribbean face. Indeed, these sort of risks stand to erode our economic gains, destabilize us economically and financially if we fail to recognize and also to address them. They are the platform for Eurasian economists, practitioners, and those interested in economic thought to present ideas to address these risks and other problems we face, and thereby provide some form of policy direction to the decision makers. And that is perhaps the main reason why successful governors, I being Governor A, have pushed and maintained and invested in this activity over the last 5 decades, this being the 44th seminar, the largest seminar in our region.
Bahamas' Prime Minister Philip Davis meets with former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair while in London.
While in London, the Prime Minister forged a partnership with the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. The Bahamas, now one of 35 governments that have teamed up with the not-for-profit organization, the TBI, as it's called, to provide support for governments as they deliver on key policies. The Davis administration is hoping to draw down on the TBI's access to a vast support of global expertise and experience, along with technical support to address local priorities like reducing crime and the cost of living and increasing jobs and opportunities for Bahamians.
Commissioner of Police in the Bahamas, Clayton Fernanda, gives an update on investigations into the country's latest homicide cases. Devontae Hanna of ZNS News reports.
Royal Bahamas Police Force data revealing a surge of 20.33% in homicides compared to this time last year. This spike prompting urgent calls for action from community leaders, with police sending a strong message to perpetrators.
We will be going after them, and we will continue to have our presence out there.
From January 1st to today, July 22nd, the country had recorded 71 homicides, while back on July 19th, 2023, the country only had 59. Since last week Tuesday, 8 people have been killed, 7 shot to death, and a woman this morning allegedly stabbed to death by her suspected boyfriend. Homicides 64, 65, and 66, according to Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda, are connected.
All of the mothers who are targeted homicides, these persons were being targeted.
A closer look at the killings this year revealed 20 murders in January, 10 in February, 7 in March, 8 in April, 7 in May, 9 in June, and 10 so far in July, with 1 week left to go.
They continue to say this is a weapon of choice. This is a weapon of choice that is being used on the commission of a number of these homicides.
Last year, the Bahamas recorded 110 homicides, ranking it the 8th highest count of 11 countries in the region, according to think tank Inside Crime. Police, however, touting hundreds of firearms confiscated and thousands of rounds of ammunition found this year alone. And with multiple investigations ongoing here at the police headquarters, Commissioner Fernando says that the detection rate has been at about 70% at last report, but since the recent spate of homicides, that figure has decreased. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
The 108th meeting of the Monetary Council of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, was held on Friday last at the Aurora Anguilla Resort and Golf Club following the ceremony to mark the change in chairmanship of the Monetary Council. Gina Felipe of HTS News Force provides some details.
The Monetary Council of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, has approved the amendments to the Banking Act. The 108th meeting of the Council saw the ceremonial transfer of chairmanship from Council member for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Honorable Camilo Gonzalez, to Council member for Anguilla, Honorable Dr. Ellis Lorenzo Webster. The incoming chairman, Dr. Webster, and Governor Timothy Antoine hosted a post-meeting press conference to present the communique and to address any concerns from the media.
The second part is extremely important, and that is provisions for market conduct. Essentially, to bring into force, to give the central bank the powers to do financial protection, to regulate the conduct of financial institutions in respect of how they deal with customers, whether it is with respect to bank fees and charges, whether it is with respect to certain disclosures, certain service requirements. For example, the Code of Conduct right now, which we issued many years ago, does not have the force of law. The amendments approved by the Monetary Council today will make any code of conduct issued by our central bank give it the force of law.
In May, the ECCB expressed concerns regarding Republic Bank EC Limited in relation to debits on accounts associated with delayed charges.
Most persons are working with Republic on that. In fact, I had a discussion with the bank manager, Mr. Ralph Henry, just up to last night, and we discussed what's going on. In terms of, there's an investigation being done by the ECCB in terms of what happened and what recommendations can be made. But in terms of something different happening after this, these amendments go into place, it's premature to make any statements regarding that.
An independent audit was commissioned under the Banking Act to deal with the issues with the Republic Bank.
That audit will guide us in terms of what happens next in how we treat with Republic, their systems, their protocols, their arrangements, and so on. But I think, to be honest, what happened then we don't want to see happen again. And that is really exactly the purpose of the legislation, once approved or enacted, would be to minimize the risk of that happening and certainly to give the central bank powers to address a situation where that to happen. Powers that we do not currently have. We've done what we could do, which is launch or commission an independent audit. But like I indicated, even the code of conduct, which was being referred to, that does not have the force of law. With these amendments, once enacted, it will have the force of law.
The 108th meeting of the Monetary Council of the ECCB also saw a report from the Technical Core Committee on Insurance, updates on legislative matters, and the framework for the deposit insurance system. Additionally, the Council reviewed the operations of the Eastern Caribbean Asset Management Corporation and the Eastern Caribbean Partial Credit Guarantee Corporation. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.
Trinidad's Strategic Services Agency is dismissing rumors of them currently rehiring members previously terminated, resulting from an ongoing audit and investigation into the corrupt practices within the agency. TTT News has more.
Acting Director of the Strategic Services Agency, retired Brigadier General Anthony Philip Spencer, issued a statement today, July 22nd, stating that no person who was terminated as a result of the ongoing audit and investigation has been rehired. Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, is dismissing current rumors that says otherwise.
We keep a very open mind, very open ears, and we listen. He made it clear that all matters pertaining are under active police investigation, and I give you the assurance they are. So this business of rehiring and all of that is not on.
Minister Hines also highlights that one of the major issues arising out of the SSA audit and investigations is that of firearms and ammunition. He's also dispelling further rumors.
Specifically, let me quote. Griffith said that numerous reports have surfaced regarding ammunition found at crime scenes belonging to the TTDF and the TTPS. However, not a single piece of SSA ammunition has been found on any crime scene. But when he makes mention of no SSA-labeled ammunition, I have never seen an SSA-labeled ammunition in my life. So, Benjamin, have you?
The Minister of National Security is reassuring the public that the ongoing investigation and audit is not hampering the SSA from the execution of their core business.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.